Nima, first of all, I just wanted to thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk with me today. I am super excited to do an employee spotlight with you based on the current work that you have done at SSAI. My first question I wanted to ask you was, you've secured over $6 million in grants through 9 successful principal investigator, also known as PI proposals, under SSAI's freshwater sensing program. So my question is, what strategies and innovations have been key to your success in obtaining these grants?
That's a very interesting question, Jason. Thanks for that. I believe there are several factors that help a scientist excel in research and development. First and foremost is partnership and collaboration. I cannot emphasize enough how critical your network is. It's like a launch pad. It thrusts you to become a better you. Your throughput increases rapidly without you even noticing. Essentially, inclusive research work not only brings out novel ideas and aids in collective innovation, but also fosters a sense of belonging, a unity among scientists that accelerates your progress ultimately. Secondly is setting aside your ego. We as scientists all have egos to various degrees. I'm one of them, and I do have egos, and I try to essentially get away from it from time to time. And as you progress in your career, that ego tends to increase. In general, setting that ego aside is a tremendous help in your career. I was never shy about sending cold emails, introducing myself, discussing scientific topics, and following up. Especially, for younger scientists, this approach helps build trust with the broader community. You definitely need that trust going forward. And last but not least is really the luck factor. You definitely need some luck. I started my work at the right time, at the right place, and focus on the right idea. As part of my Ph.D. work, I was fortunate enough to work on a satellite mission, Landsat, that at a time was revolutionary in observing lakes, rivers, reservoirs, and nearshore coastal waters from space. Then I had the privilege of working for NASA, Goddard, which supported my research tremendously and empowered me to conduct research. Then I was keen on leveraging machine learning and AI techniques back then to solve some technical challenges of assessing water ecosystems from Earth observations. So altogether, these different factors help me excel and be, essentially move towards the right path in my career.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible, Nima, in terms of your experiences and your background that you just shared. I loved how you mentioned that about egos, which is a very excellent point, because, when you have great success in something, it doesn't matter whether it's, in science, engineering, and technology, like what SSAI focuses on, you sometimes have the tendency to maybe get a little bit cocky. While it's okay to be very excited, you definitely want to make sure that you stay grounded, if you will. So even though you'll have a successful launch, let's say, with something, you just want to make sure that you stay yourself, that you stay professional, and you also want to make sure that you are able to continue to think in the most appropriate way. And you mentioned collaboration as well. That is definitely key because teamwork is very important. And as I'm sure you can agree, at SSAI, we promote collaboration and teamwork on a grand scale, and it's really making a difference.
Absolutely. I can't agree more with you. Over the course of the past decade or so, I have had the privilege of working with, a wide range of expertise across the company, across NASA, Goddard, to support their work and also learn about their work and also apply those lessons learned in my own research.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. And again, we're all learning. And, there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that because, I feel personally that mistakes, believe it or not, a lot of people seem to be afraid to make mistakes and to fail. But, the message we want to try to get across is it's okay if you make a mistake or fail, right? Because believe it or not, you might actually learn more from your mistakes compared to if you get it right the first time. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Can't agree more. I guess you hear it everywhere. To become successful, you need to fail first. You definitely need to have that experience, learn, and then ultimately you become a successful scientist, engineer, or a contributor to the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, it's important to just enjoy the journey. Just enjoy it, and just be patient, and just stick with it. That's a big thing. You can't ever give up. Nima, I really appreciate your answer to the first question that I shared there. My next question I wanted to ask you was, you mentioned about your experiences at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, and your direct interactions with NASA Goddard Space Flight Center and headquarters have brought in new work that has been worth over $2.5 million under the Hydrosphere, Biosphere, and Geophysics, also known as our HBG contract. Can you share some insights into how these collaborations have enhanced your research and your development activities?
Sure. Jason, when you continue to earn trust within the research and development community, you deliver timely and excel in producing high-quality work. Mission scientists, program managers, and program scientists lean towards working with you to foster successful missions or programs. That's really the reality. And if I were, program managers or mission scientists, I would follow the same approach. Those directed NASA headquarters or NASA Goddard Space Flight Center projects range from assessing the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on water quality in New York City or San Francisco to supporting pre-formulation studies of PACE, GeoCape, surface biology and geology or SBG mission, as well as Landsat. We essentially supported a wide range of activities, mostly focused on future missions by getting involved in early on studies to ensure that risks are mitigated through our activities and research. And this really what happened over the course of past 6 or 7 years since we started working on those directed projects.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. And Nima, again, I just wanted to say congratulations on bringing in such, impactful experiences and stories, but also getting the funding as well for these projects as well. Because like you said, definitely when you build trust, and it's very important that you build trust within an organization or with an outside company or partners, you put your best foot forward at all times. So I feel that, every scientific advancement or achievement, in my view, is considered a victory. So wouldn't you agree with that as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. Your success this time around, this era is very much dependent on how you interact, work with other team members, other agencies, other programs, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's impossible to get something done by yourself. So working with others and other agencies or partners, you essentially build that trust and reinforce that sort of interaction and move forward and excel in your research and contribute maximally to the work, the research or application that you're trying to accomplish.
Thank you very much for your explanation on that. My next question I wanted to ask you was, with over 60 peer-reviewed publications and the hiring of more than 10 new talents, your research has significantly impacted SSAI. My next question is, what has been the most rewarding aspect of seeing your team work and grow?
Thanks for the question. I think this is, I really like this question. As a team, really the rewarding aspect of your work aspect of our work has driven us forward to do our best. Really the core motivating factor has been that rewarding aspect of work. I feel humbled when a student from a developing country sends an email and asks questions about our publications and wants to apply a similar methodology in their country. One of the most impactful, another example is one of the most impactful travels that I have had, I've traveled quite a bit to promote our work, to essentially socialize what we're doing with the research and application communities. But this impactful trip was a 72-hour trip to participate in a workshop held on Lake Victoria's shorelines. The lack of access to clean water for the local community was the first thing that I found quite striking. Lake Victoria is the source of life for the people living nearby, and I believe my work will never be complete until little kids can safely drink from and play around Lake Victoria. Overall, I believe ensuring equitable access to the latest technology, data, and science is the most rewarding aspect of my work, or our work as a team.
Oh, that's absolutely incredible, Nima. And I love how you mentioned how you get emails, sometimes from, students or, kids, especially like abroad or something like that, mentioning about your research. It's just like me when I started off as a public school teacher, teaching during the COVID-19 pandemic. I think, as we can all agree, was very stressful for everybody. But, definitely receiving those cool notes saying that you've made an impact on me, it really touches your heart and it motivates you to keep going. Nima, my final question I wanted to ask you was, we noticed that earlier this week, there has been the development of the satellite-based tool for rapid evaluation of aquatic environments, also known as STREAM, and that is just a remarkable achievement. I just wanted to congratulate you and your team and everyone involved. Can you explain to everyone how STREAM is transforming freshwater sensing and what future advancements you foresee with that?
Yeah, thank you, Jason. As a scientist, publishing papers, being recognized by the research community, and writing proposals or winning proposals are absolutely wonderful. But the one thing I'm very much proud of is STREAM. This water quality monitoring system that uses satellite observations to pinpoint areas of concern, like sections of rivers or lakes impacted by harmful algal blooms or high sedimentation. The outcome and the meat of the entire work over past 6-7 years is absolutely this platform, STREAM. It was developed to support the global assessment of water-related ecosystems for all, and it streamlines access to satellite-derived products nationwide in South America and Africa for version 1.0. It's currently based on Landsat and Europe's Copernicus Satellite 2 missions, but my hope is that with further support from NASA headquarters, it will have extended capabilities for temporal assessments of water bodies, status reporting, end user validation, and integration of user-developed regional algorithms, because we want to build that capacity in other countries, in particular developing countries. I envision STREAM's processing engine becoming a universal workflow for seamless multi-satellite mission data processing for coastal and inland waters. And I can also imagine these products ingested and integrated into water quality forecasting systems to support decision-making activities, like when and where to start treatment in a water supply or drinking water reservoir, or when to stop operating an aquaculture farm. So this is also a significant contribution to the aquaculture industry, as well as drinking water resource managers. So yeah, this is STREAM is something that I will always be proud of and will continue to work on.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible, Nima. And for those of you audience members and viewers who are currently listening to this episode, we will be providing a link for you all to see STREAM. So please don't hesitate, to reach out to Nima or also anybody else at SSAI with your questions and also with your engagement. So Nima, I was going to say this was absolutely incredible. And like I said, I just wanted to thank you again so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk with me today and do an employee spotlight. You are truly a rock star employee who is really making an impact and a difference globally. And everybody is going to be very fascinated and will continue to be very fascinated by the work that you currently do and your team as well. So please definitely keep us informed about all the other cool scientific advancements that come in the future. We can't wait to see it, and we can't wait to highlight it.
Thank you very much, Jason. Really appreciate the opportunity for the time sharing all the work done over past 10 years or so. And again, the work, as I mentioned earlier, the kind of my first point, the work has been a collective effort by my team members. Without their support, their activities, their hard, steadfast work, we wouldn't have a stream, or I wouldn't be talking to you today. So I really appreciate their support, and I wish them best of luck, and I wish SSAI best of luck in the future.
Absolutely. Very well said. And Nima, we definitely, as a side note, we wanted to wish you very well in your next journey and adventure. Like I said, we're very excited to see the great work that you continue to do, including your team members. So we're looking forward to continuing this great collaboration in many meaningful ways.
Thank you.